When I started building the Nigerian Podcast Index, I thought I was creating a directory. What I ended up building turned out to be a mirror. A mirror that reflects who we are as creators, what we prioritize, where we are disciplined, and where we're still winging it. Now, let me tell you what it taught me.
This is Into the Podverse with Tony Doe. Podcast innovations, challenges, opportunities, and culture from an African perspective.
Before we continue, a quick word about something I'm building. The Nigerian Podcast Index, or NPI. It's a public, independent directory created to document Nigerian podcasts, not rank them, not review them, just to make them discoverable and preserved. Too many Nigerian podcasts disappear quietly. The NPI exists so our work doesn't disappear with them. One important thing is that your podcast needs an RSS feed. An RSS feed is what makes your podcast a podcast. It's the open pipeline that allows your show to appear across platforms. Without it, your content is locked inside one app and platforms change. With an RSS feed, you own your distribution. Your episodes can travel, be archived, and still be found years from now. If you host a podcast produced in Nigeria or by a Nigerian anywhere in the world, and you have a working RSS feed, I'd love for you to submit it. It's simple, free, and manually verified. Submit your podcast at bit.ly/submityourpodcastng. Now back to the episode. First, Nigeria is not trying podcasting anymore. We're actually doing it. The index has catalogued 329 podcast titles, and 241 of them are actively publishing. That's 73% consistency in a market many still call emerging. That stat alone tells me something important, that this is no longer proof of concept. This is actually production in motion. But consistency is not the same as structure. Second, we are heavily dependent on one platform. Nearly 60% of Nigerian podcasts are hosted on Spotify for creators. While that's efficient, accessible, and lowers the barrier to entry, it is also fragile. When 6 out of 10 creators build on one infrastructure, you don't have an ecosystem. It's a concentration risk. Now, mature markets actually diversify hosting, treating infrastructure as strategy. Hosting is not just a technical decision when it comes to podcasting now. It's actually a signal of intent. Are you a hobbyist, or do you intend to be a proper brand and go professional? Third, we love to talk culture. The dominant genre, of course, is society and culture. Right behind it, religion and spirituality. That tells you a lot about Nigeria. We're communal, we're expressive, we are faith-driven. But it also reveals saturation. When over 100 shows sit in the same broad category, differentiation becomes survival. Banter works until everyone is bantering. The index forced me to see that high utility niches are still wide open. Education, business intelligence, true crime, agriculture, intellectual property. Quiet categories, serious ones too. But you see, these are the ones that the brands can measure. So you see, this gap is an opportunity. Fourth, language is our blind spot. Over 90% of Nigerian podcasts publish in English, in a country with hundreds of languages. We say we care about cultural preservation. The data says otherwise. Indigenous language podcasting exists in Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, but it is underrepresented relative to population. If audio is the most intimate medium, then language should be our competitive edge and not an afterthought. So podcast hosting platforms will be paying attention, especially those of you based here. Fifth, and this one is critical, talent does not guarantee continuity. The index shows 88 podcasts currently inactive or on hiatus. Podfade is a real thing here. And corporate-backed podcasts tend to sustain production more consistently than personality-driven passion projects. Wow. Why, you may ask? Well, they have structure, there's a budget, and they have clear objectives. If you cross the 20 episode mark, you've likely moved beyond hobby territory. But before that, then the risk of stopping your show is pretty high. That lesson alone changes how investors should evaluate Nigerian shows. Sixth, the diaspora is not a footnote. There's a strong cluster of Nigerian podcasts produced in Canada, the UK, and the US. These are not just storytelling platforms, they're economic bridges. Diaspora shows often sit closer to global ad markets, stronger currencies, and international brand partnerships. They're strategic leverage points for anyone thinking long term. So, what did the Nigerian Podcast Index really teach me? It taught me that the market is maturing, but unevenly. We have volume. We have cultural influence. We have energy. What we're still building is durability, infrastructure maturity, niche depth, language diversity, commercial strategy. The Nigerian Podcast Index was never meant to rank anyone. It exists to document, preserve, and make discoverable the work being done. But in documenting the ecosystem, it revealed something deeper. Nigeria does not lack creators. What it does lack is systems. And systems are the very thing that turn moments into industries. If you're a creator listening to this, ask yourself, are you building content? Or are you building infrastructure? Are you chasing episode downloads? Or are you building an archive? Are you relying on one platform? Or do you want to build a business? Answers to those questions will define the next 5 years of Nigerian audio. And this time, the data is watching. I hope today's episode sparked some ideas, tackled a challenge, or opened your eyes to a new opportunity. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to subscribe, share, and leave a review. Your support helps keep this conversation going. And if you've got thoughts or stories of your own, then please reach out to me at TonyDo Media on social media. I'd love to hear them. Until next time, keep innovating, growing, and chasing those opportunities. Chat again soon.